Hello. Oh, hold on. Why isn't he? Okay, there we go. I thought he wasn't moving for a second, but he's alive. My model is alive. All right. Hello, Bobby. Hello, Aqua. Ni hao. Hello. Hello, and all the other languages. How many? Do you guys would you like guys want like other languages toggles? Hi, Mr. Snail. Hello, hello. Hope you guys are having a good evening or good morning or whatever time zone you're in. Hope you're having a good Tuesday. Or Wednesday, actually. It is that late, isn't it? Oh well. Hello, everyone. How are you guys doing? I streamed an hour later than I planned to. Night QE so rare. It is rare. I currently have that luxury because I am free. But, yeah, I don't stream this late. I planned to stream around 2 hours earlier, and I may or may not have forgotten that dinner is a thing that you need to do. You need to eat dinner. You need to... I was gonna start stream, and then I kind of realized that I was not feeling that well. And then I traced the source of not feeling well, and I realized it was because I hadn't eaten for the past 6 hours. So I had some miso soup with chicken. I made, while I was gone, I made chicken essence, like during my hiatus. It didn't turn out quite as I wanted because the recipes lied to me. There was one recipe that I found after I'd already made the recipes that I did find, which said that I had to use 4 cabbages. You know how many cabbages I used? Half. I used half of 1 cabbage. That's all I used. And that's why it wasn't remotely as much liquid as I wish there to be. But it's okay. The chicken was delicious. So, but I did use an entire chicken, and currently I'm entirely alone. So I'm just eating... I think I'm eating this chicken for an entire week. That's my current meal plan. Do you guys ever meal plan? Because I've seen people do that, and I wish I could, but I am not the type of person who's capable of organizing myself like that. I think there's not a lot of things that I can really plan. I know that when I was younger, my parents really wanted me to have a certain type of schedule, and for the love of me, I could not. I really couldn't. That's it, that's the end of the sentence. I couldn't. I'm chili maxing, that's my meal plan. I keep forgetting that chili is also like a type of food, and not, you know, like spicy pepper chili. Because that's what I always think it is. Oops. I don't think I've ever had chili. I've had curry before, but not chili, I don't think. I was in America once, but you guys forgive me for that, right? Being in America. I was there once, and only once. Unfortunately, I don't think I will be going back unless it's for an emergency, because I have family there. But I think the main reason is honestly the food. I really missed German food while I was in America. That's a sentence I never thought I would say. Missing German food. But I think what I recently realized is that my stomach is simply not built for very fatty foods in general. I didn't think that was that big of a problem until I made creamy bulldog ramen recently. And it completely... well, it didn't wreck my stomach. I felt fine. I wasn't in any pain. But I think less than 5 minutes after I finished eating, I started feeling extremely sleepy. Really, really sleepy. And I realized I can't eat this anymore. Because I think it was around 6 p.m. when I finished eating, and then around 6:30, I already started feeling really, really, really tired. And I had things to do! I couldn't afford a food coma. I think food comas are just, in general, something that's really common. I don't think I've ever met someone who could stomach, you know, like, milky stuff? Is that how you say it? Anything that has a lot of milk in it. Or cream. Anything milk-based can be really heavy. But it's not even because of lactose intolerance or something like that. Something about milk makes it really hard to digest. I don't think I would survive US food. I really don't want to be mean, but yeah. It's not that it's not yummy. I think there are some yummy, like, American things. Like grilled cheese. Grilled cheese is pretty nice, but it's just not... I don't think I could survive it either. That is how I will put it, yeah. They cook a little heavier? Yeah. I'm bringing US snacks when I visit, thank you. You can put me into a food coma, I trust you. You're a licensed professional. I mean, honestly speaking, I have eaten Italian food before. Italian food is pretty heavy too, but it doesn't make me feel as full as American food does. When I was younger, I was really fascinated with those American cakes that had a lot of fondant on them, and I thought they looked really cool. But then I tried out using a lot of fondant on my first cake. Boy, that did not turn out well. I figured out that I don't like fondant. End of story. Italian food is more filling because of all the pasta. Yeah. But, oh yeah, true. Maybe it's a carbs. Is it carbs? I don't know my food terms. Is it really? I thought you were supposed to eat it. I thought people liked it. I also don't like marzipan. Is that how you pronounce it in English? Marzipan? In German, you definitely say marzipan. But I remember when I was younger and I ate one of those marzipan pigs. Hi, Zeb! Hello! Hello. Good evening. We're talking about food. Specifically American food, but I mean, marzipan is more so like the fondant of Germany. I feel like. If you ever see a cute sugary figurine in Germany, 9 out of 10 times that is made out of marzipan. And I don't like it. I am allergic to chocolate, and I would rather that they actually made those out of chocolate. I had to look it up as well, but yes, it's the same in English, I think. Yeah, I think so too, right? Well, but I mean, do people outside of Germany even eat that much marzipan? I feel like it's more of an Austrian thing, actually. Austrian and by extension, kind of German. But, oh man. I think that's the only German type of sweets that I don't like. No. I also don't like Lakritze? I don't know what it's called in English. Licorice! Licorice! I don't like licorice. I don't understand how people can like licorice in the first place. I'm sorry. Any licorice lovers in the chat. I am curious about the psychology of it. I've had to eat some marzipan cakes on birthdays. Yuck. I'm sorry for your loss. There's a Mexican snack that's peanut marzipan. I feel like that sounds better. It's when it's pure marzipan. That's when it's like kind of bleh. Licorice is a psyop. What's a psyop again? Sorry, I'm not a native English speaker. I was about to say Native American speaker. That is also not a thing. Not that either. It's a social experiment. I don't believe in people who like licorice. You guys are lying. In a couple years, this will get me cancelled. I'm sorry, guys. Well, I remember there were like... I know people who like licorice, and I don't understand them. Psychological operation? Oh yeah, for sure. It's bitter, but it's sold as a sweet. That's propaganda, and I don't believe it for a second. It's like the government subliminal messaging you. It's true, it's true. It's like when Haribo sold it, I remember I felt really scammed the first time I took a bite out of a licorice. It was like my first conscious thought of, dude, I'm getting scammed here. This is not sweet. Well, it is sweet, but it's sickly sweet and bitter at the same time for me. I can't bring myself to enjoy it. I hate Haribo licorice. Is there a difference between Haribo licorice and other types of licorice? I feel like I've never eaten other licorice outside of Haribo. Do you have Twizzlers? I have never had Twizzlers, but I know what you're talking about. I hate them. I feel like Twizzlers are okay, right? They're like those fruit roll-up type of things, like fruit leather? I'm not sure. I tried Haribo, decided I hated it, and never tried it again. No, that is real. It already looks evil. I'm sorry. It looks like black magic. It looks like poison. It tastes like poison. Therefore, it probably is poison, guys. For the people who are questioning why people are eating spicy stuff, I'm gonna look them right back in the eyes. And if they like licorice, the argument is completely invalidated. Spice is actually yummy when you can tolerate the pain. And licorice, but strawberry flavor. Ugh! Ew, no! I love strawberries. Why would they do that? That's mean. I think for a long time, strawberry was my favorite flavor of all time. You guys are not seeing me fail at the same bang like 40 times in a row. It's AI. That's AI generated, all that footage. You guys didn't. I finished that on the first try. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I think on terms of sweets that I don't like, licorice is definitely bottom tier. F, maybe below F. There's a hell that it has a ring below F. My streamer's AI. No. That's exactly why it wasn't me, you know? You gotta think of it like that. That's exactly the proof that it wasn't me. I could never be AI. I was gonna say, can AI do this? And then I realized I can't really do anything crazy, so... I can only be a normal guy. You're also allergic to chocolate, which eliminates a lot of stuff. I am allergic to it, but I'm not deathly allergic to it. I'm allergic to it so that it, like, burns my tongue. So, you know, like, it's worth it. If I had to choose, if you locked me in a room and I was forced to choose between chocolate, licorice, and marzipan, I would take the chocolate. No questions asked. I would just do it. Do you like American chocolate? Is there a difference between American chocolate and normal chocolate? Because all I know, you guys have different soft drinks. Not in the sense that you guys have Mountain Dew, but you guys have a different type of Fanta. Why do you have different Fanta? What is that about? I drink soft drinks as little as I possibly can nowadays. I do need my sugar to stay awake, because I'm also allergic to coffee. But if possible, I will avoid it. Hello, Cody! Hi! People say Hershey chocolate tastes like vomit, and Loki does, but I fuck with it. You fuck with vomit flavored chocolate? Do you guys know those beans that are like randomly flavored? Those like prank sweets? Cause I forgot what they're called. They're like something jelly beans. And they have like really weird flavors. How do they even make some of those flavors? I have heard before from Americans that Hershey chocolate sucks. And I will just take their word for it, because I don't think I've ever had it. And if I've had it, then it's not that bad. I don't think I've ever had chocolate that I just straight up didn't like. But I prefer bitter chocolate over milk chocolate. I think whoever came up with those is evil. I think it was fun when you had like parties when you were younger. I say that, but it's only ever come up on a party once. I didn't go to a lot of parties when I was younger. I was very introverted. Went to Wikipedia and I've now learned that Fanta's German. I don't know why I thought it was Mexican, because it's yellow. Because we're like in Breaking Bad, it's yellow, therefore it must be Mexican. That's how you tell a story, people. I've been so obsessed with Breaking Bad details recently. There's like a channel called Better Watch TV. And ever since I found it, I've just basically been re-binging Breaking Bad. It's so good. And they point out all the film artifacts and stuff like that. It's great. And what I didn't know was that there was like a Spanish ripoff of Breaking Bad. It's just Breaking Bad, but filmed worse, directed worse, composed worse, and in Spanish. I've seen Better Call Saul. I haven't finished it yet. But I've watched the first couple episodes, and I've seen all the memes. I prefer Better Call Saul to Breaking Bad. Oh, really? I think both of them are cool, but I think with, like, Better Call Saul, they kind of found their footing, right? Better Call Saul has one of my favorite shots in all of filmmaking. Ooh. When I finish it, you need to tell me about it. I think I like Breaking Bad because I really like Gus, as he appears in Breaking Bad. I do also like Jesse. I think Jesse and Gus might be my favorite characters. No. Wait. It's Mike and then it's Gus and then it's Jesse. Mike's... Yeah! You know what I'm talking about. Mike is awesome. I don't know. Some people argue that if a show is old enough, it doesn't count as spoiling it anymore if you talk about it, but I feel like as famous as Breaking Bad is, I feel like a lot of people who have known it more from like all the memes rather than they know it from, you know, like actually watching the show. Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah. Decode the cipher, Walter. Walter, we need to go to the exit gate. Walter, we need to lock in, Walter. Were we in China, Walter? But I think when I was younger, I remember my dad always wanted to watch it, but he would always fall asleep right before, like, he finished the first 2 episodes, and then he would forget about it, and then when he would stumble upon it again, inevitably, he would try to rewatch again, and the cycle would start from new. So I watched it by myself. But I remember when I was younger, we watched the German dub of it, which is incredibly hilarious to me now. I found it cringe when I was younger. Breaking Bad Japanese dub. Boruto. I don't know how to say how you have to cook meth in Japanese. That is not something that has appeared in my vocabulary need before. I've not thought about it before. I asked Mocha. Hey Mocha. How do we cook weed, Mocha? I know that, like, weed, I think drugs in general are called kusuri in Japanese because it's the same as in Chinese, where it's, like, basically the same word for medication. I mean, it is medication. All meds are drugs, but in the right dosage. It's like when people say that everything is poison in the right dosage. Water can be poison. Do you guys know that? Too much hydrating, you do die. So the next time someone tells you to drink more water, they might be trying to kill you, and you just don't know yet. I love drugs. Hi, Sharon. What's Breaking Bad's title in German? I'm gonna disappoint you. It's Breaking Bad. I don't think they have a subtitle. Hold on. Maybe they do. Maybe they do have a subtitle. Breaking Bad. Deutsch. Breaking Bad. Nein, Walter. Don't go into the mess lab. Oh mein Gott, this place is full of Menschentrafficken. Yeah, no, it doesn't. It's just Breaking Bad. Oh, they list the, like, original languages as English and Spanish, which I guess is fair, but from what I've heard, the Spanish in Breaking Bad is quite bad. No way, we had a completely unrelated translation here. Really? Wait, what did you guys call it? Because I think it's really, really common for German movies to add really unnecessary, like, subtitles that are, like, added onto the title. And every time I walk past the movie posters, I'm just like, why would you... I think the closest I could translate it is something like total bust or something like that. I guess at the end of the series, they do get busted. Technically. I think the very first thing I ever saw of Breaking Bad, guys, maybe there will be spoilers here, was the scene of, like, Hector and Gus. You know the one that I'm talking about, right? Breaking Bad is a show that's about Mexican people populated by every Latino except Mexican. I was so confused the first couple clips that I watched of Breaking Bad again. Because, like, I think I first really watched it with my dad, but I didn't really understand anything because I was like 8 years old. And then when I grew older, I finally rewatched it in English, and then I didn't understand some terms. You got... My glasses were kind of sliding off. I thought you said we gotta watch Naruto, and I was like, Naruto? What does Naruto have to do with Breaking Bad? What's Narcos? Hold on, I need to pull out my actual Pokemon trainer from Pokemon ZA. You guys might have heard, like, a little Splatoon sound. Ignore that. There you go. Alright, that's my reference. My introduction to Breaking Bad was one of my old friends sending my game called BreakingBad.exe. Your game called Breaking Bad VXE? Or naming your, like, game file BreakingBad.exe? Narcos is a drama about Pablo Escobar. I did not watch Narcos Mexico, but I should. Is there a difference? A game. Oh, it's just a game called Breaking Bad. Wait, what's it about? Is it like a game adaptation? Like a visual novel? Breaking Bad, but it's Doki Doki Literature Club. I think there's like a couple... unironically, maybe Breaking Bad is like a dating sim. Would work. Narcos Mexico is about the Mexican cartel. Regular Narcos is a Colombian cartel. Wait, they got regional forms? What is it called? Wait, is Narcos like cartel in Spanish? Am I missing something? It's one of the languages I can't speak. Narcos are drug traffickers? Traffickers? Is there a difference between... This is a genuine question, by the way. I have no idea how drugs work. Is there a difference between a drug trafficker and a drug dealer? Is there... like, I'm like thinking about other contexts in which you would like use like trafficking. Sonic.exe, but with Breaking Bad characters, the reason Walter was extra evil was because he tried demonic meth and became possessed by X. What? Trafficker is cross-borders, dealer is more local. This feels like because the only thing that popped up in my mind was like, this is like MasterChef. You know, like how in MasterChef they have like their own individual, like their regions, like MasterChef Australia, MasterChef, do they have a MasterChef Canada? Yeah, they do. MasterChef, but they cook meth. You had 8 more seconds to finish up your meth, and then Gordon Ramsay walks over and just snorts it straight off the table. What is this? The chemicals, they're still running outside in the field. It's fucking raw! Charge. Oh wait, have you seen my tacos? I forgot if you were there yesterday. But imagine though. I think on a show where we make drug like who can cook the purest meth. Sorry, you're so pretty. You guys are glazing me. You guys are glazing me too hard. I'm getting shy. No. ube pian. I'm not very good at like, or like this is real talk now. I'm not very good at giving or receiving compliments. I do apologize. I was like, I don't think, man, I don't think it was like really common when I was growing up to hear a lot of compliments. So like now that I'm an adult with an almost fully developed frontal lobe, I'm like, oh, how do we react to this conversation? But I'm very grateful always. I think sometimes I'm just not very good at showing it as much as I would want to. I love you guys. How do you draw a head? Thank you for relating, Bobby. Because, like, there is only so much thank you that you can use until you feel like, oh my god, the more I say thank you, the more I feel like people are gonna judge me for saying thank you. It's a stupid thing to think, but you get it. You understand where I'm coming from. Thank you for the sub, Oreo! Wait, have I not changed the icon for that? Huh. Thank you so much. The ads almost sent you back to hell again. Founder batch is different. Yeah, like, I think last time everyone's stuff was literally like right when I was about to take my hiatus. I felt so bad. Guys, you were subscribing for nothing. It's okay, I'm back. Now I will be back for at least like the next 3 weeks will be very productive. And hopefully there will be a new cover coming out soon. But, well, I'm not sure yet. Are subscribing just to give you money? Oh gosh, guys. You don't need to give me that money. You see what I mean? Do you see what I mean? I'm really, really bad at like receiving good things. It's like it's chronic. It's chronic. It's a chronic thing. I'm convinced. I was gonna ask how long your break was. 3 weeks is wicked. The lengths I went through to get this mad money. Oreo commissioned me for 2 whole pieces. This generous soul. My VGen is still processing my verification. I should probably advertise a little bit more. But I get shy. I can't glaze myself. I feel like in most other aspects, I've gained some confidence in being able to do them. But in like promoting myself, I'm still awful. I'm not good at that. That's what I'm here for. Ah! I'm my biggest laser. Dazzling Oreo. I forgot if dazzling was your wait, how does your name work again? Is it like Ciel? I think it was Ciel, right? Ciel Dazzling Oreo. I don't know how I want to design this part. Maybe I have to actually boot this up. Oreo Danger. Your middle name is Danger. Right. Does the CL mean Chinese language? It's true! He demonstrated it to me today. You guys wouldn't believe it. Maybe you guys would believe it. I was gone for a while. Maybe you guys were all scheming while I was gone. Maybe all of you already knew how much of a Chinese professional Dazzling Oreo has become in the time that I was gone for. I was not aware. I was surprised. That was very close. It's 我 with an O. But it's very close. Das can speak a little 谢谢老板. It is impressive already. It's like an entirely new alphabet. I feel like people do underestimate that part sometimes. I'm not saying, okay, well, why am I saying that? People aren't really underestimating how difficult learning Chinese is. But you know, I'm saying it for the people who do. I learn audio only. I mean, then I think the pronunciation is closer to wu. Yeah, like a wu. I don't know. When I describe like the 4 accents in Chinese to someone who doesn't speak any Asian language, it's sort of like the first one is kind of like you're singing, like ah. The second one's like you're asking a question, like ah. The third one is like you're kind of deadpanning, it's like ah. And the fourth one is like an exclamation, like ah. Ah, 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 ah. You're looking a little clean shit. Ah, Yan! Hello! I didn't notice you. There's like so many pink people. You guys love pink. Wait till you guys find out that blue isn't actually my favorite color. It isn't even top 2. Ignore that, I get it. Oh, okay, you get out with your nonchalant act. It's okay. I apologize. I didn't see you. You were in a sea of pink people. Traitor. I'm not a traitor. That's the last thing I would ever be. As I would never leave you. I say after coming back from a 3-week hiatus. I would not leave you for longer than a month. And if I do, you guys would hear from me in my Discord server. I'm only pink on Tuesdays? Really? Is it like Pink's Day? Is there a word for pink that starts with a T? It's like Tuesday? What you laughing at? What are you laughing at, Jan? Not really, I was just trying to be special. Special? Is that a JJK reference? Oh man. Looking left, looking right, guys. As I always do think, you know, like, we talk like this as a haha joke, it's funny kind of thing, right? Why do people actually take that stuff seriously on TikTok? Maybe I'm just too old, I don't know. I don't feel like I should be. Have you ever watched Mean Girls? Of course. I've watched Mean Girls. A peak movie of all time. Pink on Tuesday gang, keep up. I forgot a lot of the references from Mean Girls though. So you have to apologize, I missed something. Why am I saying you have to apologize? I have to apologize. This is why Sleepy's called me out for not being a native speaker. It's like, when I speak very quickly, when I'm not paying attention to what I'm talking about, especially when I'm doing something else at the time, I think sometimes I mess up my terms on which is what. I had never seen it. You haven't seen Mean Girls? Really? I would have expected you to have seen it because it's like one of the most famous movies ever. Mean Girls was gas, it is. I'm a fake cinephile. Well, you're watching all the new movies. I'm watching all the We know all the oldies, the classics. I watched Mean Girls while I was on a trip with, like, while I was on a school trip. My best friend brought an iPad onto the trip. So we both watched, like, Mean Girls and Legally Blonde. Each. Well, you have a tail and it's animated? Yeah! I have this toggle too. This was my first time animating something like this, and it was like my first try of doing a flame. I watched a YouTube tutorial to it, and then I kind of just... I was like, okay. Either this is gonna work or it's not. I only really started watching movies for real last year. I remember I think you talked about this. I mean, it's never too late to watch the classics, like Legally Blonde, American Psycho, The Menu, This Shit Gas. Thank you! I speedran this within like a day or two. I think drawing the parts took half a day, and then rigging them took a day and a half. White chick? Wait, who? Oh, you mean like Legally Blonde? I recently saw a clip of what's the movie called? Little Fires Everywhere? It's not a movie, it's a series. And then I was like, oh, is that not the girl from Legally Blonde? I realized it like halfway through watching the clip. She looked really familiar. It's a movie, White Chicks. Oh, I haven't seen it. Why are me and Oreo's things that we've watched is like a complete 180 from one another? I'm like trying to think, sorry guys, I'm kind of locked in right now. And like thinking, this is mostly just my Pokemon ZA trainer, but I want the color palette to be a little bit more meowsticky. Meowsticky, that's a funny word. I'm too tired. You watched White Chicks 20 times, but not Mean Girls? Okay, well, Oreo, I'm gonna watch White Chicks. You watch Mean Girls. That's our deal, right? You got a deal? Huh. What? Did I just disconnect for a little bit? Am I back? Am I back, please? Am I back? Oh no. No, it restarted. Okay, well, that's fine. You guys are also here. Okay, good. I was so scared. Thank you for the resub, Yawn. I just saw like in the corner of my PC there was like OBS disconnected. Reconnecting. No, don't leave me! Michael! Michael! Don't leave me here. I just refreshed my shit. No, it was on my side. It was my thing. I've still not watched well, I watched both the Five Nights at Freddy's movies, but I watched the first one on an airplane. I'm so tired and just died. My PC was like, oh, you're tired? I'm gonna show you tired. I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean it like that. I didn't mean it like that, PC. Not in this economy. You can't die on me. FNAF on an airplane? Yeah. It's a double wow with a pincher attack. What is so wrong about watching FNAF on an airplane? I haven't watched the Minecraft movie though. I read too many horror stories about the people who went to those like showings. I'm pretty sure people aren't that horrible in Germany, but you know what? I didn't want to take the risk. There would be too many teenagers in that room for my viewing. Chicken jockey. Just a funny sentence. Oh, guys, did you see that one post about someone saying like when they were younger they were just really scared of Freddy, so they started making up like very irrational reasons why Nightmare Freddy couldn't come over to their house because he was stuck in China and could only take one step at a time to their current location. I think about that because unironically that was me. I was so scared of like Freddy. I thought it was on purpose. I was like, oh god, he was really just that tired. No! I would never do that to you guys without saying a proper goodbye. It was a premiere theater experience. You ghost wrote that tweet. Ghost wrote? That's a new word. I'm adding that to my vocabulary. That is me too. I thought he was tired of our shit. Yeah, Jan, the moment you joined, it happened. It says something, huh? I'm just kidding. I am just jesting. I am simply having a little tomfoolery. That's not how you say it. How do you even say that? We're joshing? We're joshing a little tomfoolery? We're doing some tomfoolery? Hey gang, it's been a minute. Hi, Tired Pup! Hello, hello, welcome back. It's more like me, welcome back, but well... I'm sorry, I kinda just left. I was like, I'm gonna be back in the first week of March, and then the first week of March I was so busy. But now I'm back. Hello! Faster world per minute wins again. Oh, I don't remember the last time that I tested my, like, writing speed. I kinda want to test it again. Do I want to customize my mega? I think like all the mega evolution things in the games are really cool, and I was always like, oh, I wish I could customize my own. I don't even know where I would put mine. Maybe on like the pencil that I tuck behind my ear? Like that, maybe? You guys think that's inconspicuous enough? Engaging in tomfoolery. Thank you, you saved me. Mine's slow as fuck, but it's because I suck at spelling. No, that's real though. I think sometimes I just give up. The worse my writing is when I'm with you, the better our friendship, honestly, sometimes. That sometimes is carrying a lot of weight, by the way. Do not ignore that word. Do not ignore that word. Insert my mobile typing? Okay, well, mobile doesn't really count. That's not how you're supposed to type. Mobile typing wasn't designed to be good. You're gonna mistype 800 times. And then when you turn on, like, typo correction, it's gonna mess up all of your words even worse. Have it as a badge? Oh, yeah, maybe. Do I put it on my glasses or do I put it on as a badge? Fingers on F and J? Where even is that? Oh, yeah. Sorry, I don't even remember that. I don't look at all when I'm typing. I can mobile type without looking. That's my greatest feat of all time. Typing on mobile and still got the message out before me truly is a skill issue. Keyboard posture? Yeah. I know my mom tried to teach me that. That did not register. I just kind of... Whenever someone tries to teach me something, it never works. It's only when I, like, find out my own stupid, convoluted method to learn it, and then that somehow sticks. Nothing else does. One must imagine Sisyphus as a happy man. Or however the saying goes. Oh yeah? Well, I mean, I have to admit, I never actually really paid attention to the F and J thing unless I'm playing a rhythm game, in which case it's very important and I will still forget. I don't know how much you guys know about the rhythm game called Mustache. There have been times before where I literally forgot where I'm supposed to be hitting on my keyboard, and I will just end up fidgeting around and failing the first 3 notes and having to restart. I'm gonna have a bag or something? I don't think I will. I never did either. They tried to laminate this shit in my brain. I just type, yeah, same! It doesn't work! Maybe it does. Maybe it's like subliminal messaging. We're back to psyoping. But yeah, that never worked. I think my one Pokemon that I will forever cherish in my heart is the first time that I caught a Pokemon. It was on my friend's Nintendo, and I caught an Esper, and it evolved into a male, like, Meowstic. And I named it Oz. That's why in every single Pokemon team that I've ever made for myself, there will always be a Meowstic called Oz. It is, like, competitively, absolutely useless, but you know what? I love him still. When I was looking at Pokemon earlier to, like, I was thinking, should I actually build a team for my Pokemon Sona as if I was, like, an actual gym leader? But I gave up on that. I would rather have some fun. Recently with my friends we made teams based on what Pokemon you would have realistically. That was pretty fun. But it's like, there were a lot of arguments about what counts as a Pokemon that would be legitimate to have as a pet in our world, not in the Pokemon universe. Don't piss me off. I didn't even bring it up! I was talking about my own Pokemon. I haven't said anything yet. If people start asking about the story, that's on you now, Yon. That's entirely on you. I didn't even bring it up. Yet? Well, yeah, if people start asking about it, I'm gonna tell the story. It makes for good content. I was just talking about, like, thinking... Guys, do you think if I bring Appleton on the train, will it get squished? I think in Appleton's Pokédex holy shit. It was actually written that Appleton gets eaten? Partially? Or did I hallucinate that? I kind of forgot. But when I was in not Japan, I was in China, and I bought like I bought an Applin plushie. I thought Appleton was kind of big, toddler size. It is pretty big, but I mean, it's still made of pie, I'm gonna assume. I love food-based creatures. I think they're wonderful. Like, I do also really, really like Sinistcha. I was considering putting Sinistcha into my team, and then I read through its Pokédex and I realized I'm probably gonna die and curse everyone in my in my immediate surroundings if I brought home a Sinistra. And then I tried to get like, maybe, you know what, maybe a Poltegeist is nicer. It is actually nicer, but it will likely still either give you cancer or just kill you. Can't have poison Pokemon, can't have dark Pokemon, can't have ghost Pokemon. You can't have Pokemon that are too big. And I think if I got a Mousehold, my mother would die. Any ghost type? Yeah, I mean, I tried to give some of them... I tried to be like, oh well, this doesn't sound too bad. Like, you read their first Pokemon decks and they're like, oh, they're really nice to children. You're like, oh, that's not so bad. Then you read like one sentence further and like, they're nice to children because they're gonna kidnap them and steal their souls. What? Huh? Pardon? It always escalates. Like, some Pokédexes... I recently heard a rumor, this is just a rumor, take this with a huge grain of salt, that the Mega Dexes are so violent because someone was apparently pissed on the team that their Mega design didn't get approved or something like that. Again, like, take this with like a truckload of salt. I choose to believe it because it's funny. Poor Salamence has to suffer so much because someone got pissed. Every single one of them mug your soul or something. I mean, it does make sense considering they're, well, a ghost type, but still, they could be nicer about it, right? I am taking what you say as complete fact, as I'm gonna... You guys just start believing me. Everything everyone else says is gospel. I mean, the way that this is unironically how people move on TikTok is genuinely kind of concerning to me. Like, you go down and like, simplified someone will just start going, oh, this guy is horrible! He's horrible and he kicks puppies, and then you ask like, okay, what's your source? I heard it from a TikTok comment. Are we for real? Your Bible? There's an Alien Stage song about this. My savior, da, 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 da. Make me your love, I can give you everything. That's not how the lyrics go, I'm sorry. I have not been that updated on Alien Stage lore recently. I know that they're making a new project, but I have not been catching up to it. I'm a huge fan of the music, not as much of a fan of the plot, unfortunately. I just think it's not entirely my thing. I love Alien Stage. I like the music a lot. I like the visual direction in the videos a lot. Vivinos and Q-Mang's visual direction, genuinely unbeatable, I think. Art amazing in the music, yeah. It's just the plot, I think I was invested in it at first, but I think the more it went on, the less I was, like, invested in it. Unfortunately. I do wish I would like it more, but I think with like their more, hopefully casual approach of their spin-off, I think with that, I might find a little bit more interested in it again. Again? Okay. Don't scare me like that. Don't scare me like that. I'm still alive. Music going cursed again. Yeah, I think there's nothing that I can really do about it. Sometimes it just happens. I think upon like watching some of your VODs, sometimes that happens too. And I heard it's because there's like... I think there's like a way to fix it, but I kind of forgot about it. Sorry guys, you guys will have to deal with it as long as I'm too lazy to fix it. Where are my moths? My moths are sleeping. They're sleeping on the job! Hold on. Oh dude, I do not have a sight on my redeem. How do I kill you? Hongshu, you're not my mod, it's okay. Oh my god, I got it. I have my sights. I have my sights set on it. Any minute now. There we go. Dead. It's like swatting at them with like a with like a fly swapper. Swatter? Fly swatter, sorry. Not a swapper. Genuinely, which one of the insects can you deal with less? With wasps or with mosquitoes? Because I think I am not as annoyed by wasps because they don't come in during the night to specifically sting you. They don't do that. But mosquitoes do. I'll take mosquitoes over wasps any day. Really? Can I hear your reasoning? Can you come up to the court? Can you reason to the judge? Wasps are angry and dumb. I don't fuck with wasps, I don't know them. Motherfuckers are always mad. They fly up to you and get scared and sting you. Okay, well, but they don't come into my room during the night to sting me. They don't do that, at the very least. If I was wasps, sometimes when you move out the way, they just leave you alone. I haven't had that many bad experiences with them before. We had bees. At our, like, middle school. We had our own, like, school-made honey. And they were wasps sometimes, but they were not that aggressive. Maybe it's just German wasps. You getting mosquitoes in your house? I ain't got mosquitoes in my room either. You guys both... Okay, well, if you live in colder climates, I feel like it's not that common, but I would be surprised if both of you live in warm climates and you still don't get mosquitoes. Because even in, like, Germany is a cold country. And even we aren't getting them. Sorry. Now you know where I live. I know where you live, but my chat doesn't know where you live. I live in the American South. If both of you turn out to be, like, living in neighborhoods, I would actually cry laugh. Doxing myself, you guys. I wasn't gonna say anything! I was saying, like, a what if. I was trying to hint, I was trying to be subtle. That would be so funny, what are the chances? The chances are higher than you think. I remember there was, like, there was like a person who was a fan of my Honkai Star Rail drawings from back when I still drew Honkai Star Rail. And it turns out that they were a mutual of one of my friends. So that friend was like, wouldn't it be funny if I introduced you to each other? And then And then she did. You know what happened? It turns out we lived like 15 minutes by car apart from each other. I'll dox myself to Kiwi and you can confirm or deny. And he's like, oh, whoa, why are you putting that decision on me? That's got it's incredibly funny because I remember the first time that I met them in real life, they got so shy. And I brought my iPad to show them like this, all my drawings basically in like their original, on their original canvas. They started freaking out in the boba shop. It was very cute. I think they actually screamed in the boba shop. It was an honor. It was a compliment of the highest regards. Because I didn't expect anyone making so much noise about things that I drew. How do I even draw this? How do I draw his tail? Maybe I draw it behind. Maybe that's fine. I'd tweak too if I got to see the real Kiwi in the flesh. You don't have to tweak! I'm normal! I'm gonna get scared. You guys don't want to scare me. No, I'm joking. I feel like I have the least shame when it comes to like going outside with people. Because I remember last time I went out with someone who was like... I used to be that person though. I was like really scared to ask anyone for like... I was really scared to contact customer service. I was literally the person who had to get an extrovert to help me ask for certain things. I'm going to try next year. I'm nervous. It's okay. You're gonna see me and all your expectations are gonna pop. No! You're putting too much pressure on me there. You asked for no pickles? No, really. I think one time they gave me a wrong order where I ordered like 20% sugar, but they gave me 100%. And then I was really scared to like correct them or anything like that. And my friend had to walk up and tell them like, hey, sorry, my friend ordered something different. You don't understand how socially inept I am. My guy, I was you when I was younger. I understand where you're coming from. It's just that, like, when I got into university, that was the time where I was kind of like discovering myself. And I think originally I was probably extroverted, but in my childhood, like after certain things happened, there was just a time in my life where I was just very shut in. I'm just a small town lad. Okay, well, I'm a big city lad. I gotcha, bro. Honestly, I think I need to live in a city. I don't know how other people feel about this. Like, if you grow up in a small town, if you still prefer a small town, or if you would also like to live in a bigger city. I couldn't imagine going to, like, a smaller place now. I don't think I ever could have. It was never a thing. Made it city far. I forced to type in 2 words. But yeah, when I go to like China in the bigger cities, I just feel much better. It's just how I am. That's as much as I can say. I'm gonna be embarrassed. You're gonna show me a mall. I'm gonna freak out. Aren't there bigger? There are bigger malls in America. I don't even like. Have you been to a bigger city before? If you've never been to a bigger city before, then that's a different thing. But I feel like in the bigger cities in America, there's always bigger malls than there are in Germany. Must be nice to have everything. It is nice to have everything. That's why I couldn't live in a small town. I can't live without my malls. I can't live without being able to go, like, to the nearest bookstore and have it bustling over there. If I can't meet people in a bookstore, then what's the point? I could just order them online. There are big malls here, but yeah, you gotta be in a city. Yeah, I remember when I went to, I think, New York. Bro. What is that? San Francisco as well. Dude, my hair is so blue. My hair with, like, the Meow State colors is so blue. Being able to walk to a store must be nice. Literally one down the street. I think the only gripe that I would say that I have with Germany is like a very surface level. I have a lot of other gripes. The most surface level gripe is the fact that we cannot go buy anything on Sundays. On Sundays, all stores are closed. Why all stores? It's a religious thing, it, like, carried over from Christianity. Because on the 7th day, God rested, so it's like something that's always been practiced, that everyone also rests on Sundays. Nobody goes to work on Sundays. It's like unless you work in a bakery, then maybe you do have to go to work. Well. Why, huh? Oh, that's why. God didn't have to buy groceries. Tell that to German people, man. I think even German people don't like it, but now everyone's so used to not having to work on Sundays that nobody really wants to challenge it. So we all just kind of live with it. I mean, Chick-fil-A closes on Sunday. Why does Chick-fil-A specifically close on Sunday? I work on Sundays. Yeah, I keep forgetting that's a thing outside of, like, Germany. And for me, it's unfathomable. I think if German people had to work on Sundays, they would genuinely revolt. Das können wir nicht erlauben. Same region is Christian. Chick-fil-A is Christian? But what about the other Christians? Wait, do you guys not have, like, other Christian stores? Like, none at all? There's no way, right? Probably, but I don't know. Okay. Well, I guess it makes sense, but it does upset me sometimes. I look so weird. First thing I thought it was Chick-fil-A. Is it because, like, you can't go there to buy stuff? Capitalism outweighs Christianity here. Yeah. Chick-fil-A owners super religious? Huh. You learn something new every day. I wouldn't have known that. I feel like it's really surprising to me because when I was younger I was like, oh, Germany is such a religious country. Surely no one can beat us on that. And then I looked at the world when I grew up and I was like, dang! A lot of people actually beat us in that. A lot of people beat us to that. Cash money over Jesus. He's not paying my bills, unfortunately. Jesus, can you help Jan pay her bills, please? Thank you. It would be very nice of you. I remember when I was younger, and there were like I had a lot of Catholic classmates. And when I was younger, I really didn't like my autistic ass didn't understand why they would like pray. My family is very atheist, So I understand why they pray, that is not the thing. I didn't understand why they would pray before getting an exam back or before going into an exam. And then I would go like, guys, you know that God is too busy to be helping you guys. God is too busy to be giving you an A for a test you didn't study for. America is fake religious, they pick and choose. It's true. It's just very surprising to me how like a lot of songs are very Christian. And there's also a lot of super religious people. Like, I don't know how to explain it. I feel like religious people in Germany are kind of chill. And then religious people in America, not all of them, but I like a lot of them, make me kind of nervous. America just has too many people, you can't make all of them conform. That's fair. Sorry, guys, I'm locked in again. I'm locked in on the vest. Hold on. There we go. I feel like even my religious teacher, not religious teacher, my religions teacher, we had different classes for religion basically. We had one class that was for the Catholic kids, one that was for the Protestant Reformed? What's it called in English again? And then we had one for children who were either belonging to like another religion or they were atheists, but I think I was the only official atheist in my entire year. Because I remember when they handed out our identification papers, they actually had our religions written down on them. Protestant, yeah, sorry. Protestant. That's so cool. It's just like, I don't think China is a super religious country in general, so we never really had something like that. We still do go to the temples, but it's like more so like for good luck more than anything really at the end of the day. Oh, really? I didn't know China wasn't that religious. We're not. I mean, we have Buddhism, but I think the people who... Well, people do still pray to it, but it's not nearly as... I feel like from the countries that I do know these things of, I would put China pretty low on the list. Japan is definitely more religious than China, but I would also say that Japan is a little bit more fake religious. There's a lot of like financial gain that the churches make from the people who go to the churches, so I don't think I count that. More cultural? Yeah, that's all becoming Hindu. I'm gonna stay atheist, I'm sorry guys. I enjoy it here. Locked in again. It's an Argyle pattern that I have in game. I would like to keep it. There we go, I think that's close enough. This is gonna be complicated. Hold on. Select, don't colorful them. Then go here. Then clear. And select this. And make it a lighter blue. Yeah, sure. No, that works out. I remember in China, there's like, when I went to China recently, there were like a lot of religious buildings. Oh shit, I just colored it. Did I color it the other way around? Yeah, I did. Oops. There's like a lot of remade statues there, but I don't think... I feel like in Japan, I just saw a lot of financial gain from it. Thailand is a very religious country, I feel like. Thailand is very... I think it's Buddhism? Very Buddhist. Out of every country that I know that practices Buddhism. Sea countries in general, I think, are a lot more religious. Yeah. I haven't been to Singapore and such yet. I really want to go one day, but I think that will be something I do in the future. Oh shit, wait, hold on, this isn't colored correctly. There you go. Argyle patterns are very not complicated, but they're kind of annoying to draw. I feel like most people just use like a pattern at that point, but I'm too lazy to look one up right now. I wish to travel everywhere. Yeah. It's currently with like the world politics situation, it's like always, I avoid talking about it, but really at the end of the day, that is why we can't go anywhere sometimes. For a variety of reasons. But I think I also really want to travel, but I'm actually the type of person who would like to have like, I guess, I don't know. I like to have an itinerary, but I don't like planning, so that just means that I don't like going in general. Not because I don't want to go, but because I want to go with a plan. Does that make sense? I think the most annoying thing is when you go on a trip with friends and your friends don't do any research and you're stuck with them in a hotel room. At which point you just have to start going somewhere by yourself. I like planning, I suck at planning. There's a difference between sucking and just not wanting to do it at all. I will always pull out the story of me going with my university classmates to Japan and them just spending the entire night watching K-pop drama, not K-pop dramas, just K-dramas. And then they couldn't get up early to go to like all the cool places. And I got sick and tired of them. I just went alone. It should have been me! It should have been you. There's like this nice elderly couple that I really want to visit again. I have their Instagram, and I really, really want to visit them again. They were really nice. I could stay in Kyoto forever and never move. But every time I go to any country that's like related to some events like that I know, like I remember shortly before I visited America, they had NSTARS ads on the New York Times, not the New York Times, like the New York Times Square. I was so upset that they were already gone by the time I got there. It was by a couple days too, I think. But you know what I didn't miss? I didn't miss the spider lilies growing in Japan when I got there. Deadass. Yeah! Deadass! I only went there because I wanted to see them. My parents were like confused why I was like a little bit disappointed. You know, it's not their fault, of course. Does anyone else use the word? I was thinking about it. I was gonna use uppity on myself. Does anyone else even use the word uppity? As far as I know, I'm the only person. I don't even know where I got the word from, but I like saying uppity more than upset. Alright, locking in on this Argyle. It's the same when I'm drawing a Akechi. It's really annoying because it has to be so consistent. These are the times where I miss Clip Studio Paint, even though I don't really use it, and I'm scared to learn how to use it. Okay, hold on. I think we got in a flow state. Hold on. Maybe I'm cooking? I'm cooking? Am I cooking? I am cooking. I don't use it, but I heard other people use it. Be like water. I'm in a flow state. And I'm like Po at the end of Kung Fu Panda. I can see it. Okay, there we go. There we go, I think. I had black gloves in the game, but I will leave that out for now. CSP guys, I love CSP. I'm not good at CSP. It scares me! There's too many things! Everything's just out. Everything's too complicated. Again, it's the only program that I've used. I think that's true for most people. For everyone who's used CSP, they don't like going back to Procreate, and for Procreate users who are like, everything's too complicated. I need everything to be baby birded into my mouth. Otherwise, I will not know how to do it. Procreate, everything is hidden and shit. I mean, that's true, but that just means you don't have to worry about it half the time. You're going on a little treasure hunt. When I was younger, I actually thought that my, it's not called My Little Einstein, it's just called Little Einsteins. I thought that show was German for a very long time growing up. Finding out that it wasn't was like one of the biggest revelations I ever had in my entire life. So it was like, but it's Einstein. Einstein is German. They have a good amount of tools. They do. And I mean, custom brushes are... I feel like there are more custom brushes for Procreate... not Procreate, CSP users. But it's too complicated for me. I refuse to learn it. Hold on. Einstein's a punk. I could have figured out that stuff if I locked in. That's how we all are. We could all figure this stuff out if we just locked in. Okay, I kind of want to try this like new shading thing that I saw. I keep trying to use it, but I'm really bad at it. It's like when you clip it and you put a gray, I think gray tone on it. I don't know. I'm scared. I'm scared, Louis. Procreate is only dot brush. Oh, really? Wait, what does that mean? Just that CSP can use ABR? Procreate is only dot brush? What does that mean? I'm sorry, this is like me legitimately not knowing. Oh my god. CSP has its own brush engine. I thought Procreate had it too because I have it on my iPad. Let me see if this even works like this. Dang, kinda does. My guy, I went from side to CSP, super simple if you just invest time. Hi, Saris! Hello! I guess it's just a learning curve, but I'm just scared of it because I really like Procreate. Am I stupid? I feel like I just don't understand the shading method. I feel like I just don't get it. Every AVR is used by Photoshop, but it's also most used transferable. Oh yeah, I mean Procreate is an Apple thing, so they just like gatekeeping stuff, as per usual. Just recently picked up animation on CSP. The internet is a good learning source. Yeah, it is. I mean, like the tail animation that I used on this model is also something that I just learned from like going on the internet. But it's so scary. I cannot, because I'm really bad at sitting down and concentrating on something. If I were drawing this on my own, I would have already gotten up and gone to the kitchen at least 5 times by now. Streaming is kind of my way to like keep my attention on actually doing the things that I'm supposed to be doing. I have a 2-minute ad, hold your thought, okay. I mean, everything is a learning curve. And recently picking up IDV again is also a learning curve. Ah! Stop doxing me. I really do not like the new iPad layout, the way that they do things. Who at Apple decided this was a good idea? I think I'm getting it. Maybe I understand it. I'm so scared. I'm so scared. I don't understand what I'm doing. Is this how you're supposed to overlay? Is this how you're supposed to shape? Help. Help. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. This is like art is half of bullshitting. I mean, looks fire, thank you. Yeah, true, actually. I just need to have confidence. What was I thinking? I just need to be open-minded. No, I'm still scared. Oh wait, no. Color balance. Yeah, but I still don't quite get it, because like the person who showed off this like shading technique, theirs looks so good. Why does mine look like ass? Hold on. Because I don't think I can find that person anymore, low-key. Maybe you're supposed to like do it like this, maybe? Let me try this. No, okay. Maybe I give up and I just go back to like actually just picking the colors. The way that I've always done it. I love the 2-minute ad into the buy turbo 3 seconds ad. Oh, Twitch, you're taking all my money. And I don't think I've ever subbed to anyone. Or the thingy with the curves. You mean, wait, is it called color curves? I forgot. I think so. Hold on, am I? Oh, okay, hold on. I can do this on another layer. I've used the curves recently for like the birthday present for Petch. But it's like, I also don't know what I'm doing with that one. I'm clicking things, I'm clicking buttons, it's doing something. So like, and then I just leave that as is. But I like picking out the colors myself. It gives me like a lot of leeway to do just the things that I want, that layers will just not do. With layers, it always feels like gambling to me. I think I just haven't mastered them very well yet. Tone curves, also called color curves. Oh, so it is color curves. I think they're called color curves on Procreate. In other applications, I think they're called tone curves. I think the first couple artworks that I ever made were on my father's iPad back when I was, I think, like 7 years old or something. And I was so scared of the lasso tool for like no apparent reason. It gave me like my first irrational fear was of the lasso tool. Not in the sense that I didn't like using it. I was just like paranoid that I would accidentally click on it, I think. As a kid, I had like a lot of not parasocial, that's not what it's called. A lot of irrational fears. There was like one show that I really liked watching. And was produced by like a German publisher. And the name of the publisher would always flash before the episode started and after the episode ended. And every time I would crawl underneath like my blankets because for some reason I was scared that the logo would see me, question mark. That's all I remember from my childhood. I had really weird fears. But I think everyone has those, like, childhood things. Like, when you're younger, when you have, like, these really, really weird... like, when kids, like, tell you something, you know? Like, sometimes they sound really irrational. Why is that a thing? I kind of want to know. Why do children have weird fears? Maybe it can all be linked back to Five Nights at Freddy's. I was terrified of my stuffed animals looking at me because I had them packed on a shelf. Oh, I hated things looking at me. I would always have to close my door fully. And I think I used to also turn some of my animals around. Face the wall, Lily. Just look at the flowers. And I think when I was younger, my biggest fear was always, for some reason, there was like a book stack in front of my room. So when you go out of my room, you look to the right, there's like a stack of books. And when I was younger, I would always see figures in those books for some reason. And I was always deathly afraid of those. But specifically, I had like 3 to 4 huge bunny stuffed animals, and I always covered their eyes with their ears. Aw, well that's kind of a creepy visual actually. I think covering them up is creepier. I remember when I was younger there were like these creepypastas about Animal Crossing. I ate those up, I love those. I love the My Little Pony ones too. I really liked reading creepypastas, but then after reading them I wouldn't be able to sleep. I was sabotaging myself. Why did I do that? Like, when I was younger and I saw Jeff the Killer for the first time, I was really scared of him. And then I found out people found him attractive. Especially the ones where if you read it, you're cursed or something. Oh my god, cooked me. Yeah! Oh, I remember... Oh, I don't know if you guys can relate to this, because this is, like, not an American thing. I know you guys don't use WhatsApp as much. But, we had, like, those link WhatsApp messages, basically. And they would always be like, "My name is Maria. I died in a car accident 8 years ago. And if you don't send this message to another person, I'm gonna come to your home in 3 days and I'm gonna kill you." And one time I was like, yeah, the cursed link messages. One time I told my friend who sent me those messages, I was like, I want to see if Maria has the balls. Maria's fucking 6. Maria's not gonna overpower me. She can't do anything to me. And my friend was like, oh no, now you've pissed her off. She's gonna rip you limb from limb. And I was like, no, she's not. But with all that confidence, honestly, on the night of the 3rd day, I was shaking in my boots. I was really scared. But I woke up alive. I was like, ha! And then I never resent any one of those cursed links. It's the same fucking message? I'm pretty sure it, like, started out in America, yeah. It was like a thing probably in America first, and then it, like, traveled over and came to Germany as well. Okay, hold on, that spreads too far. There we go. It's the Ring, but for messaging platforms. Instead of a video motherfucking spreading through your DMs. It's so funny. It's like the moment that I realized, like, why would she do that? She would never do that. Like, what does a ghost want my head for something that I didn't do? That's just stupid. But I was still scared of it. But I was thinking rationally, you know? I was trying to rationalize the ghost within me. But that was me with Five Nights at Freddy's too. I also thought, like, surely I can rationalize it. I couldn't. I was really scared of that. But I remember one of my friends also, every time that I went over for her birthday parties, she loved watching horror movies, and I hated horror movies when I was younger. I love them now. But back then I had a really hard time with them. I think we watched The Slender Man together. And then there was one time where we were all in the living room. She had a huge living room. And we were talking about we were talking about horror stories, and she turned off all the lights. And she started talking about the story of a doll who came to life at night. And the doll would come up the stairs of a little girl and be like, and count down. It's like 10, 9, 8, and we were all like shivering our timbers. And she counted down, and then when she got to 1, the door creaked open, and boo! And then as she said that, there was like one of our friends knocked from outside, like on the garden, like at on the window leading to the living room. We were all scared out of our minds because it was, I think, 1 a.m. It was really, really late and really dark. I don't think I'll ever forget that because I think I literally like ran. I ran out of that room. Crazy setup. The thing is that that friend couldn't even have known that we were talking about horror stories because she excused herself to go to the toilet a while ago, like before we even got all this like set up. So she also couldn't have known the timing in which my friend was talking about the story. It was genuinely a coincidence. It was really funny. But I don't think I know any scary stories. Or like, I'm not good at telling them, I don't think. As much as I love them, they don't love me. I don't think my voice fits scary stories. But some people did call me like creepy. They thought I was a pretty creepy child when I was younger. But I was just autistic, man. That's not scary. You're scared. It's like a spider thing. You're scaring more than I'm scaring you. Hold on. I need to try this refractive light thing, kinda. Me like this. No, okay, I don't know how it works on like other parts of the hair. I know it works like down there. There's this website called The Ghost in My Machine. The author posts horror stories, but also a ton of games, like rituals. Ooh, maybe I can make a stream where I read some of those horror stories out loud. Wasn't there like, was it called Blue Whale? I remember there was like this one guy who spread this like story about a cult or something like that. I remember that, kinda. Where you had to do those rituals to be accepted into their group or something like that. That was really funny. Maybe I export this image first, just in case. I want to change anything so I can have the original colors and everything. Actually kind of creepy because it's so immersive. The app? Was it called? No, it was like Blue Whale and it was like some sort of Discord thing. Man, I miss the times where people tried to scam you by being scary. Nowadays it's something like, click here for free nitro. As if anyone's gonna fall for that. In this day and age, you gotta up your game, buddy. Oh, I forgot what it was called, but there was an app and it had a whale or something told kids to kill them. Yeah. It was like... I remember watching that. It was like, there's no way people are falling for this. People were falling for it. This is the world we live in. It had like daily tasks. Yeah, I remember. It was like, I'm pretty sure it was called something like Blue Whale or something like that. Not too far from people who crash out because their AI girlfriend got rebooted. People who actually have like, who treat their like AI chatbots as people, I'm worried. I'm not even, I'm just worried. I don't have any other comment. I think at that point you're just kind of lost cause. I don't know. I don't think we can do anything for you anymore. Because, like, obviously AI is always going to be nicer to you than actual human beings, but is that actually a life that you want to live? There's multiple movies about why this is a bad thing. We have movies about why you shouldn't be doing all that. In general, like, AI chatbots, especially predatory for kids, right? Because they don't really have anywhere else to go. It's very bad practice. When I was in... Like, this was one of the things that did kind of throw me off in China. There's, like, a lot of advertisements for their chatbot equivalent. But in, like, certain ways, it almost feels less... It doesn't feel as bad as it does when you get advertisements for AI here. Maybe I'm just... Maybe, like, in my stay, I just got desensitized to it. But anyway, like, anything that has to do with a lot of AI feels like hell. We're going down a pipeline that I don't like. And I feel like the excuse of when people say, oh, now people have better ways to create. If they weren't able to create anything before AI, or like not able to recreate it to the point where they wanted it, you're not going to be able to do that with AI either. That's my firm opinion, and I'm never going to change that. There's nothing that you could add on with AI that would in any way enhance your story at all. I remember recently I was watching like a guide on a game that I was playing. And I was like, oh, this guide is pretty helpful. And then like, we get to the middle of it and he sponsors an AI-generated roleplay website where AI generates like an RPG game for you. Have we lost the plot? I don't understand. I don't understand how people can subject themselves to some things like those. And with the way that people also very blindly trust certain information nowadays, I don't know, man. It does make me a little bit worried. Guys, don't look below like this line. It's the same with my model. Like, a little secret, I don't have hands on this model. When I was drawing the model, I kind of realized that in between I wouldn't be able to fit the hands onto the canvas because where the pants cut off, that is where the canvas also cut off. So maybe I will add them in a later update, but that will be a mini update. There will not be like a bigger announcement to this. Making PNG tubers is actually quite easy once I got the hang of it. It's much easier than VTubing, I think, but it's also because you don't have as much... I think you're much limited, like much more limited in the movement that you can do. And then obviously that's gonna make it a lot easier. But I do think it's enough. I don't think you actually need more. In the months that I've been streaming using my PNG tuber model, I've gotten very attached to it. I might render this like a little bit, but I think this is probably roughly wherever I leave. Jesus, where I'll leave it for today. But I'm pretty happy with the colors that I used on here. This is a lot closer to like older models of myself that I have. Oh my god, I just looked up at my screen. It is much more vibrant on my PC than it is on my phone. I don't know why it does that sometimes. Yeah. I think I'll leave it here for today. I will post this later on Twitter, but I'm pretty satisfied with it. Thank you everyone for joining my stream. It was really fun to talk to you guys. And I think I'll see you guys maybe tomorrow, maybe in 2 days. Probably tomorrow. I'm a little bit busy on Thursday. But regardless, it was very fun today. I had fun talking to you guys. And let's see each other very soon. Thank you for stream. Thank you for watching. Let me see if there's like someone I can raid. Hold on. Oh, hold on. I know exactly who to raid. See ya tomorrow. See ya tomorrow. Barry's so cool and swag. So are you. Let's not put the glazing all in one spot. On. Does work. Okay, there we go. Alright. Thank you everyone for joining. Sorry, kind of like disconnected in between. It was very fun. And I hope to see you guys soon. Bye bye.